Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will discuss problems of complex analysis from CSIR NET December 2018 Part B. Now in booklet A, the first question is question number 33 in complex analysis. So let's read the question. So it says, let R be the radius of convergence of the power series this. Then the first option is given as R is strictly greater than 0 and the series is convergent on the closed interval minus R2 plus R. Second option, R is strictly greater than 0 and the series converges at x equal to minus R but does not converge at x equal to R. The third option, R is strictly greater than 0 and the series does not converge outside the open interval minus R to R. And the fourth option is R equal to 0. Now for a given power series, k equal to 1 to infinity, ak x power k, we can find the radius of convergence R from limit k tending to infinity mod of ak power 1 by k. Now for the given problem, ak is equal to k, the coefficient is k. So here we are getting limit k tending to infinity k power 1 by k, which is equal to 1. So the radius of convergence of this power series k x power k is 1. So the fourth option is incorrect. Now for a given power series, mod x equal to R is called the circle of convergence. So this is the circle of convergence, mod x equal to R. Now inside the circle of convergence, the series converges. Outside the circle of convergence, the series diverges. And on the circle of convergence, the series may or may not converge. So we are getting the series converges in mod x strictly less than R, that is in minus R2 plus R, it diverges for mod x strictly greater than R, that means outside the circle of convergence, and on the circle of convergence, that is mod x equal to R, the series may or may not converge. So let us check at the point x equal to R and x equal to minus R what happens, because the series converges in minus R2 plus R. Now for x equal to R, that is x equal to 1, we get x power k. We get k, x is equal to 1. So which is a divergent series? Divergent. And for x equal to minus of 1, we get minus of 1 power k into k, which also diverges. So here we can see the series converges only in minus R2 plus R open interval. So the series does not converge outside minus R2 plus R. So the third option is correct and the second and first options are incorrect. Our next question is question number 34. It says, f be a non-constant entire function and the image of f is given by this. Then we have to select which of the following options is correct. The first option is the interior of image of f is empty. The second one, image f intersects every line passing through the origin. The third option, there exists a disk in the complex plane which is disjoint from image f. And the last one is image f contains all the limit points. Now this is a question based on Little Picard's theorem that says every non-constant entire function omits at most one complex number as its value. So equivalently, we can say the range of or the image of every non-constant entire function f is either the whole complex plane C or C minus z0 except a point z0. So for example, if we take fz equal to e power z, which is an entire function, e power z is analytic in the entire complex plane. Now e power z never attains the value 0. So that is why we say 0 is an exceptional value of e power z. So the image of f e power z or range of e power z is c minus 0 except the point 0. Next, if we take fz equal to sin z, which is also an entire function, and its range set or image set is the whole complex plane C. Similarly, for cos z, for some polynomial z cube, the range set is the whole complex plane. Now let us go to the options. The first option says the interior of image f is empty. So this is incorrect because every entire function has its range as the whole complex plane or C minus some point z0. Now the second option, image f intersects every line passing through the origin. So which is correct because it is the whole complex plane. And the third option is there exists a disk in the complex plane which is disjoint from image f. So that is also not possible. Any disk in the complex plane will contain infinitely many points over here. So this is also incorrect. Now regarding the fourth option, that is image f contains all the limit points. Now if we consider fz equal to e power z, now the derived set of c minus 0 is C. That means set of all limit points of C minus 0 is C, which also contains 0. But 0 does not belong to the image of e power z. So image f contains all the limit points is not correct. Next, let us consider question number 35. It says, consider the polynomials pz and qz in the complex variable z and let ipq equal to integral over gamma pz q bar z dz, where gamma is a closed contour given by gamma t equal to e power it 0 less or equal to t less or equal to 2 pi. So gamma is a circle with center 0 and radius 1, that is mod z is equal to 1. So zt equal to e power it 0 less or equal to t less or equal to 2 pi. Now what are the options? In the first option we have I z power m z power n is equal to 0 for all positive integers m and n with m not equal to n. So in the first option we have pz equal to z power m and qz equal to z power n. So let us verify the first option. So according to the given definition, so it integral over gamma pz, that is z power m, and q bar z, that is z bar power n. Now since this is a circle, on the circle gamma we have mod z square equal to 1. So z into z bar, that is equal to 1. So from this we are getting z bar equal to 1 by z. So here we can write this as integral over gamma z power m into 1 by z power n dz, which is equal to integral over gamma z power m minus of n dz. Now the value of the integral depends on the values of m and n. Now the first case, case 1, if m minus n is strictly greater than 0, then this becomes a polynomial. And from Cauchy-Goursat theorem we know So Cauchy-Grunberg theorem says if a function fz is analytic within and on gamma, a closed Jordan curve gamma, that means fz is analytic in a simply connected domain D, then integral over gamma fz dz is equal to 0. So here if m minus n is strictly greater than 0, then this is a polynomial, and this polynomial is analytic within and on gamma. That means the region, the simply connected region bounded by this circle mod z equal to 1. So in this region, the function is analytic. So by Cauchy-Grunberg theorem, we can write I z power m z power n is equal to gamma z power m minus of n dz, which is equal to 0. Since z power m minus of n is analytic within and on gamma. Next, for case 2, that is if m minus n is strictly less than 0. For example, if we take m equal to 1 and n equal to 2, the z power m minus n becomes 1 by z. So if we integrate 1 by z dz, so here we require Cauchy integral theorem. So for Cauchy integral theorem, we have if a function fz is analytic within and on gamma, a closed Jordan curve gamma, and z0 is a point interior of gamma, then integral over gamma fz by z minus z0 dz is equal to 2 pi I times f of z0, where z0 belongs to interior of gamma. So here if we integrate 1 by z dz, so gamma is a closed Jordan curve which is a circle with center 0 and radius 1, and z0, that is 0, is a point interior of gamma. So using Cauchy integral theorem, we have 2 pi I times f of 0. Here fz is 1. So that is equal to 2 pi I. So here we can see for m equal to 1 and n equal to 2, I z power m z power n is equal to 2 pi I. So whenever m is not equal to n, the value is not always 0. So the first option is incorrect. Now regarding the second option, I z power n z power n. So here we need to integrate z power n into 1 by z power n dz. So integral over gamma dz, which is equal to dz, z is equal to e power it. So dz equal to I e power it dt, and t runs from 0 to 2 pi. So here it is 0 to 2 pi I e power it dt. So it is I e power it by I from 0 to 2 pi. So it is e power it from 0 to 2 pi, that is equal to e power 2 pi I minus of e power 0, which is equal to 1 minus of 1 0. So the option number 2 is incorrect. Now regarding option number 4, IPQ equal to P0 into Q0 bar. If we consider this example, that is PZ equal to Z and QZ equal to Z square. So here P0 is equal to 0 and Q bar 0 is equal to 0. And here we can see integral over gamma 1 by z dz is equal to 2 pi I, which is not equal to P0 into Q0 bar. So our fourth option is incorrect. So the third option must be correct, but let us verify it. So the third option says IP1, that where P is any polynomial. So integral over gamma. So let us take P equal to Z or Z square. So Z square dz. So any polynomial is analytic within and on gamma. So here using Cauchy-Grosset theorem we can say this is 0. So the third option is correct. Last question, question number 36 in booklet A. Let gamma t equal to 3 e power I t varies from 0 to 2 pi, with a positively oriented circle of radius 3 centered at origin. So this is the circle of radius 3 centered at origin 0, 0. Now we need to find the value of lambda for which these two integrals are getting same values. So let us consider the first integral, integral over gamma lambda by z minus 2 dz. Now here we can see we can write this integral as integral over gamma fz dz by z minus of 2, where fz equal to lambda, which is a constant, so analytic within and on gamma, and z0, that is z equal to 2, is in the interior of gamma, which is situated over here. So here we can apply Cauchy integral theorem. So this integral is equal to 2 pi I times f of 2, which is equal to 2 pi I times lambda. Now regarding the second integral, 1 by z square minus of 5z plus 4 dz. So this can be written as z square minus 5z plus 4, that is equal to z square minus 4z minus of 4 minus of z plus 4. So which is equal to z minus of 4 into z minus of 1. So that is equal to dz by z minus of 4 z minus of 1. Now here the possible singularities are z is equal to 1 and 4. But the point 4 is outside the region, which is over here 4, 0. So here our function fz is 1 by z minus of 4 and 1 is a point. So z equal to 1 is belonging to interior of gamma. So I can write this as integral over gamma fz by z minus z0. So here our fz is 1 by z minus of 4, which is analytic within and on gamma. So here using Cauchy integral theorem, we can see it is 2 pi I times f of 1. So here 2 pi I times fz is 1 by z minus of 4, that is 1 minus of 4. So it is minus of 2 pi I by 3. So now if we equate these two values, we'll get, so from A and B, we are getting 2 pi I lambda is equal to minus of 2 pi I by 3. So lambda is equal to minus of 1 by 3. So the first option is correct. The rest of the options are incorrect. Thanks for watching. If you find this video useful, then please like and subscribe my channel.